Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new day. It's Tuesday, late afternoon, it's after 4, and I went to our second monthly food pantry today, so I'm just going to show you this for now because I gotta take these outside in the garage in the freezer. So we got a pack of these cheese raviolis, and these are pretty big, and that makes the second pack we get, so I think I have a recipe in mind for those. And then we got another whole chicken and 2 pounds of ground beef. So I just put them both in a plastic bag. When I go to the grocery store and I buy produce, and you put it in a plastic bag, I just save those so I can, pack up meats and stuff. So, all right, I'm going to get this in the freezer and I'll bring on the rest of the stuff. All right, everyone. So here is the rest of the food pantry haul. And again, this is our second monthly one. So I already showed you the frozen stuff. And then we got a 4-pack of toilet paper. And we got a roll of paper towels. We got a bag of shelled walnuts, which is always good for baking. And we got a bag of dried fruit and nut mix. So I think I eat a little bit of that. We got this small pack of pork and beef sausage bites. Those are always nice to snack on. And we got about 5 of these cheese strings. These are Gordon Choice mozzarella string cheese. Did I say cheese strings? Yeah, string cheese. So we got some of those. And then for canned good items, we got 2 cans of corn. We got 2 cans of refried beans. We got 2 cans of sliced carrots and 2 cans of pink salmon. We got a can of kidney beans and a can of Star-Kissed Chunk Light tuna in water. And then we also got this, a pint of Land O'Lakes heavy whipping cream. I think I've used heavy whipping cream once. But I know there's some recipes out there. I think you can use it to make your own whipped topping or something also. So that's good. So yeah, that is our second monthly food pantry. And again, this is another one where we walk in and choose what you want. And so I didn't pick up a lot of the stuff that was there because we are very well stocked up on it. And next month, depending how many canned goods we go through this month, I may skip the canned good items because I'm running out of space to put them. So we are very well stocked on our canned good items. We don't have to buy canned good items. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and put this away. I do have a small Aldi haul for you also. I did go to Aldi today, so it's only like $26, but $26 is a lot of money for the small amount of food you get these days. So let me put this away and I'll show you what I got. Okay, everyone, so I just went to Aldi because I wanted to pick up the 24-pack of hot dogs. And you can see it's already open. We had hot dogs for lunch today. And this is the only place we like to get our hot dogs. And this 24-pack. So I just split them all up in bags of 4 because we usually have 2 each at a sitting. So we got 6 bags out of it. I ate 2 for lunch and Glenn only had 1. His stomach wasn't feeling well. So he only had 1. So went there specifically for that and some bacon because their bacon's pretty cheap and it's pretty good there. So got 2 packs of this bacon. We'll probably have some like BLTs sometime this week for lunch. And I also know the avocados are cheap there. So got this 6-pack of mini avocados. Mini, they're just smaller than I usually get. But good price too. So I'll put the exact total, the cost of everything on the screen. So yeah, I wanted to get avocados. Got a head of lettuce there. And I remember somebody a while back saying that the cinnamon rolls, like you have Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, that Aldi's brand of cinnamon rolls were really good. So we never tried it, so I thought I'd pick one up to try it. And then I picked this up for Glenn. He likes these Chobani flips, and this is mint chocolate chip. Glenn likes mint. I'm not really a big mint fan, but yeah, I thought I'd pick just one up to see if he'll like it or not. So I got that for him. I did pick up a loaf of bread there, just because I want to see what the softness is to it. I've never got bread from Aldi, and lately anytime you get bread, or we get bread, it's not even soft. It's so disappointing. So I do want to, like I said in another video, get back to making our own breads and just making the dough in the bread maker and then baking it in the oven. So, and then these look really good when I passed by them. Mini eclairs, and this is a pretty big container. 48 eclairs in there. Now, Pick and Save sells a brand that's not even this big, and these were cheaper. So, I opened it up already, but they're still froze, so I get impatient that way. But look at all these mini eclairs. Oh my God, that's so good. I love these mini eclairs. I could just eat them and eat them. Kind of like bonbons. Yeah, when I get Lindor truffles, I like Lindor truffles. The milk chocolate truffles are my favorite. I absolutely can eat those over like a regular candy bar. And Glenn calls them my bonbons. So yeah, I got that. So that's all we got at Aldi. And this was $26. Yeah, just let me look at the receipt just to make sure I got everything. Yep, the wieners, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's everything. And $26.56 was the total. And that is, yep, that is my Aldi haul. Yeah, I didn't really get much. We don't really need much. It's basically like I wanted to make some BLTs this week. So I got bacon, lettuce, and then I did pick up the little tomatoes that I like to have. I got those at Pick and Save. And I also did get some Yoplait. Let me just show you those. So I had to go to Walmart today to get some cat food, and I just picked up a couple things from there. Some being Yoplait. Now this, I got orange cream. I got 4 of those. Glenn, that's his favorite. Harvest peach is my absolutely favorite flavor. I only eat Harvest peach, and Glenn said if you just get him orange cream, he'll be fine with that. So got 4 and 4 of that. And I think that's about it. So yeah, didn't get too much, but that's it. So all right, so that is the hauls for today. Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. It is Wednesday morning, 9:39 to be exact, and it's a little foggy and cloudy outside, but it is very mild for temperature, and it is supposed to get up to 48 degrees today, so that's promising. The snow is melting, but knowing Midwest weather, winter isn't over yet. So I am making a beef stew, a slow cooker beef stew today. So I just cubed up one of our chuck roast, and I've shown you that I do this before. I've showed you this before, but I've got this really nice big piece of fat in there. I just have a tad bit of water in there just so the meat doesn't stick, but it's going to create a lot of juices. I've got pieces of fat. I know some of you don't like to see that, but so anyway, this is a chuck steak. It was very marbled. So I have the slow cooker on low, and I'm going to go ahead and season up my meat with some pepper, seasoned salt, and some onion powder. And I am going to put fresh onions in it. So I'm just going to give this a mix. And while I try to keep those big pieces of fat on the bottom so they just create the juices. One, I do that for flavor, and two, because it creates a lot of juice. So I'm just going to keep that at the bottom there. All right. So now I'm just going to cover this, and while that's starting to cook, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my vegetables. And I am going to make a cinnamon raisin bread. I'm only going to do the dough in the bread machine, and I'm going to bake the bread in the oven. So, all right, I'm going to get to cutting some vegetables. All right, everyone, so I've got the beef stew going here in the slow cooker. What I have in there now is the meat, which is cut up chuck roast, and some diced potatoes, carrots, and onions. And I put a little bit of the tomato juice in there, which is what we use for our juice. But I'm not going to fill it up right now because I want the meat and all the fat I put in there to create some juice. And then we'll see where we're at, and then I'll add more. And then about halfway through the day, I'm going to just leave this on low all day long. And about halfway through the day, I'll throw a can of lima beans and some mixed vegetables in there. So, yeah, I don't want to put them in too soon. Otherwise, they just might turn to mush. So, I'll just do that through half of the day. And so that's going, and I don't have to worry about nothing else. And then over here, I have the bread machine. All right, so I have the bread machine ready to go, and I have all the measurements for the cinnamon raisin dough. It's going to be cinnamon raisin bread, but I'm just going to make the dough in here, and then I'm going to bake it in the oven. So I got this recipe off, I believe the channel is There's No Getting Off This Train, and she does a variety of cooking, bread machines, and hauls and things like that. So I got this recipe. The original recipe on that channel was for 2 loaves. I cut the recipe in half because I'm only doing 1 loaf. I'll leave the link to that channel in the description below if you want to check it out. So, and here we go. So we're going to start off with a 1/2 cup of milk. So keep in mind all the measurements I'm telling you is half of what she used in her recipe. So I have my pan in there locked already, and I'm going to put in 1/2 cup of milk. And I did warm it up for about 35 seconds. And I have my kneading pin in there. And I'm going to go with 1 egg. An 1/8 of a cup of butter, which is 2 tablespoons. So your sticks of butter always have measurements on it, and 1/8 of a cup of butter is 2 tablespoons. And this is softened. I'm just going to get a knife so I can throw the rest of that in there. Just scrape the remaining butter off there. And then next is going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Eighth of a cup of sugar. So again, the original was 1/4 of a cup. And then 2 cups of flour. And the final ingredient is going to be 3/4 teaspoons of yeast. And that's going to be it for now. Since I'm just making the dough, later this machine, I'll put on the screen what machine I'm using. It was gifted to me by a subscriber, which I appreciate. So this machine will beep and let me know when I can add whatever I want to add in. So when it beeps, I'm going to add the raisins in at that time. You can add them in at this time, but they may get all chopped up. So just keep that in mind. All right, so we got that's 7 ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and we're going to put it on the dough cycle. If you can see this without the glare, my dough cycle is number 8. So, all right, let me plug this in. And I'm gonna, oops, sorry. Okay, right here, can't see it. Right here, the number 2, that's where I'm programming it to number 8. So that's my dough cycle. And it's telling me it's going to take 1 hour and 30 minutes. So 90 minutes to complete the dough. And then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm going to wait for the beep. And then at that time, I'll add my raisins. So now I'm just going to push start. And you can see it starting in there. Okay, so I'm going to let that go, and yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, everyone, so you can see through the window of the bread machine. The dough is in the final rise cycle, and it's only got about 6 minutes left. So here's what happened. I don't ever remember anything about the dough cycle. I've only used it for cinnamon rolls, but the dough cycle does not give me the beep to add my raisins. So the raisins never got in there. So what I'm going to do when I take the dough out and roll it out, I'm going to knead it a little bit and throw some raisins in there. But when I roll it out and put the cinnamon flavor in there, I'll throw some raisins in there at that time as well. So in the spirit of not making a video too long, because we have the hauls with this, I am going to cut the video off here, but do not fear, I'm going to continue recording because the rest of the process will be on tomorrow's video. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part off now, and I'm in the process of waiting for this to get done so I can knead it, roll it out, get it done, and put it in the loaf pan so I can let it rise. And meanwhile, I just got bacon out of the oven. I'm making BLTs for lunch. The stew is going well, so the day is going well. All right, so stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I truly appreciate all the support. And with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.